Hey, what is up, ladies and gentlemen? What's going on? Hope everyone is having a fantastic day. Eddie Harvey here. Hey, listen, I wanted to hop on here, guys. As usual, trying to give you all some tidbits, some information, guys, just sharing some value related to Forex trading. And I want to talk about, guys, what type of trader are you? And it's typically two ways. This is not a right or wrong answer. Uh, just speaking off of my experience and what I've come to find out. Uh, just sharing with you two ways you can kind of figure out what type of trader you are, because there are different types of traders. There are three main ones I'm just going to talk about. And for some people, guys, it's like four or five different types of traders, right? But the two ways I want to share with you guys, I'm going to get right into it. I'm not going to make this long at all. But there's two ways you can figure out what type of trader you are. Number one is based on um, your schedule. So I'll say what does time permit you, right? So that's one way where you can get into a groove of figuring out what type of trader you are. What is your schedule like? So guys, if you are short on time, if it's something where you do not have a lot of time, if you're trading on your own and you're limited, then a type of trader you may be a scalper. Now, what is a scalper? A scalper is a person when they're trading in the markets. I'm preferably I'm talking about foreign exchange, cryptocurrency, high frequency forex, guys. Those are the main areas I'm talking about. If you're a scalper, that means you're in and out of the market quick. So you're going to get into a trade and you're going to be in and out of the market within a few minutes, right? So to an hour, maybe an hour tops. But scalpers, it's quick. It's about getting in and out. And as we call it, pips. If you're catching pips on the trade, in terms of the amount of pips you're catching, it's going to be in smaller quantities. So you may be looking at 5 pips, 10 pips on per trade, and you might get in and out of the market multiple times. Some people say they might scalp a trade where they're getting in and out, they're catching their profits for 5 pips, 10 pips, boom, they get back in, another 10, boom, another 10, another 10. Or, they might enter multiple entries, different ways to do it, right? But you're in and out of the market fast when you're scalping. So to determine if you're a scalper, the first way, like I said, is based on your time. If you do not have a lot of time, if you say, hey, you're like, man, my schedule is so busy, all I got is 30 minutes to get into the market. Boom, you get in there, you can get some quick hits to catch some pips, and you get in and out. Now, the other way to determine if you're a scalper, you can also determine if you're a scalper based on your personality, okay? Typically, if you're a person who is somewhat impatient, if you're a person who doesn't if you're like constantly looking at your phone and you're like, you go, you want results right then and there, then those are signs of that you're probably a scalper. Because in a longer term trade, you're going to be too anxious. You're going to be like, man, I want to see my results right now. Give me what I want. Let me get in and out of this market. Whether I win or lose, okay, now if I know I won, I'm cool. If I lose, I can get right back in, right? So if your personality is like that, if you're a person who's quick, you want to get in and out fast, then odds are you are a scalper, okay? If you don't have the patience to be in trades for hours, okay, or longer, you're a scalper, okay? So that can be two ways to determine if you're a scalper. Obviously, one based on your personality. Thank you for the love, whoever dropped it. I appreciate it. And the second way, as I just stated, which was actually the first way, based on your time. If you're short on time, you can scalp the market, get in and out. That's number one. Second type of trader, if you are what some people refer to as an intraday trader. Some people call it a day trader, a trend trader. Okay, this is like where I like to position myself. This is the type of trader that I am. And two ways to determine that is, again, based on time. If you got a couple of hours, throughout the day, where you got a few hours where you can look at the charts, mark up your charts, and plan out your trades, right? Then it's a good chance that you are intraday or intraday trader, right? You got the time, like I said, to look at things, analyze things, and let it marinate, and then boom, obviously wait for your moves to happen. It might happen within an hour or two. Then boom, you're good with that. You're patient. You're not worried about being on your phone. You put your trades in, you let it do your thing. You check on them a few hours later. See if they hit take profit or see what's going on with them. But you put it in, and then you go about your day. Okay, you're not constantly looking at your phone, unless obviously you're looking to maybe take another entry, but you're cool. You might enter your trades at whatever time you entered in. Like I said, a few hours later, all right, let me see what's going on with my trades. Okay, that's more of an intraday trader, or if that's your personality of where you have somewhat of a patience level. Hey, Yvonne, what is going on? Oh my gosh, so good to see you on here. I am so happy to see you. Thank God that you are healthy and doing well. I was praying for you, hitting your timeline up, and I'm so happy to see all the love and support you got. Welcome back to Internet Land. Always good to hear from you and see from you. So I'm so glad to know you're doing well. So thank you so much for hopping on here. I appreciate you, and man, I've been praying for you. And I'm so happy to see you drop a line here on my page. So did my heart good. So thank you. So when you look at that, guys, when you look at the personality of a person who's an intraday trader, a person, you got some time, right? You're more patient. Okay, you can, like I said, you got time. That's one way to find out if you got a couple of hours. You are absolutely so welcome. Absolutely, I got nothing but love for you. Thank you, appreciate you. Always looked at you like family. So I'm so glad to see you doing well. Always got love for you. Thank you. You're so welcome. You got a little time on your hands, right? You got some time to spare, a couple hours. Like I said, you can get into the markets, analyze your charts, and the other half of that, knowing if you are a person that has somewhat of a patience level. If you do have the time to be like, man, all right, I put these trades in. You're not looking at your phone every 5 or 10 minutes. You're not worried about getting in and out. You got to understand that with an intraday trade, right, you might be in a trade where your goal at that point is not 5 or 10 pips. I would say at a minimum, you're looking at probably like 30 pips. On a trade, 30 to 50 pips. That's what I typically go for. And then if I'm in good profit, I just trail my profit up until it hit my stop profit. But, you're going for a larger amount. So you got to understand, depending on what type of pair you're trading too, right? That pair, that trade you're in, like I was in 2 trades today, okay? And this wasn't the fastest moving pairs, but I got in my trades. 2 separate trades. I got in them. What time I get them trades? Maybe 7 to 8 o'clock this morning. And because I could have got out early, but I knew they were going to hit my take profit level. I didn't get out of those trades until like 6 o'clock. Now those are some hours. That's because obviously once they hit midday, middle of the day, the market moves slower. I wasn't worried about them. I knew they were going to hit take profit. Or at least I had my stop loss moved up in the profit, so I was going to win the trade regardless. It was a risk-free trade for me. So instead of me keep looking at my phone all day, went about my day, looked up later on, oh, okay, boom, trades hit profit. So if that's more of that's my personality. I used to think I was a scalper. I used to scalp, and it was like that's how it started out. And you will figure out over time what type of trader you are. Maybe you think you are a scalper, and you might be one of the other types I'm talking about, or maybe you think you one of the other types, you might be a scalper. So it takes time to get in your groove. The longer you're trading, the longer you're in the market, you will come to discover what type of trader you are. Okay, that's something that's going to come with time, with figuring yourself out. The more you practice, the more you get into the market, the more you understand looking at charts. You're going to feel and know, hey man, if it feels forced, in my opinion, then that's not the type of trading style or type of trader you are. When it feels comfortable, then you're a scalper. You like to get in and out, boom, boom, boom. I thought I was a scalper, but I figured, hey, I'm more of an intraday trader. That's just my speed. So it works for me. And here's the thing I would tell you guys: you can get to the same goal whether you're a scalper, an intraday, or the third type I'm going to talk about, guys, which is a swing trader. So if your goal is 100 pips, you can get that done being a swing trader, an intraday trader, or a scalper. Let me just say that. That's a whole nother conversation, but you can still hit the same goal as a person that's another type of trader. Just because when you're scalping, you're going for shorter amounts of pips, don't mean you can still hit that same goal as that person. There's different ways, more than one way to skin a cat. So that's intraday. You're patient, a little more time, cool, boom. All right, so the third type of trader. Now, I know this is not me, and if you're a scalper, this is definitely not you. This ain't Yvonne. The third type I'm talking about, guys, is a swing trader, okay? A swing trader is a person, you got a lot of time on your hands. You got time, you sit there. It's like kind of, you can be in a position where you can watch grass grow. Now, even if you're swinging, I know people that are swing traders and they scalp their trades while they're swinging. They might have multiple positions in, and they have that one trade that they're swinging on, but they have another position and they're scalping and still catching pips along the way. But here's what a definition kind of what a swing trader is. This is a long-term trader. So if you got plenty of time, if you you get into a trade and you like, okay, cool, that might be the only trade you take for the whole week. Okay. If you got time and you have that type of time on your hands, but understanding that on the other side of that, you know that your end goal is going to be a very big return. Yeah, that might be the only trade you get in for the week, maybe even a couple of weeks, maybe even a month. Okay, understanding that you might walk away with hundreds, even thousands of pips on that one trade. So if you're a person like, man, you just watching it grow and man, okay, I've been in this trade. If you can pass being a swing traders are typically a trade for hours into days and even weeks or months. That's the bottom line. If you like a person where you've been in that trade 4 hours and you see you hit a certain amount of pips, like I'm getting out. You're not a swing trader. Swing trader got patience. They understand. Like I said, they might scalp it, but on that position, they might be like, okay, I know it's going to be some pullback on it. They might have been up 200 pips, and then now that 200 might be down to 150 or 100. But they have the patience. Your level as a swing trader, you have the ultimate amount of patience. You're not in no rush. You're going to take your time and let that thing marinate until you hit your goal. That's the bottom line. So if you have that type of level patience, where number one, the two ways to determine if you're a swing trader, if you got time on your hands, okay, and then second way is if you have the ultimate amount of patience, understanding that this is a trade, depending on if you might took it off the day chart, okay, or something like that, or the monthly. You understand? You might be in this trade for. I know people have been in trades for months, but when they close it out, man, that's a hell of a nice. They win that trade, hell of a nice payday for them, okay, or they caught a great amount of pips. So if you have that type of patience and that type of time, guys, then you may be a swing trader. So those are the different ways to determine, guys. So just a quick recap. Thank you so much for the love, Yvonne. Thank you. Appreciate you. So to determine, guys, number one, if you are a scalper, okay, you're short on time, right? So you're short. You don't have a lot of time. You might be super busy. Don't have a lot of time. Boom. That's one way to determine where you can scalp the market, get in and out. Number two, your patience is not to the point where you want your results right then and there. You might have more patience, but it's like you want to get in and out of the market quick. You're a scalper. Number two, intraday / trend trader, whatever you want to call it, day trader. You got a couple of hours where you can analyze charts, mark up your charts, and might be an hour or two before your move happens, and then you're okay with being in the market for several hours to get your result. Okay, that's more of the trend trader. Number three, guys, if you are a swing trader, you have a lot of time. Okay, you have time to take your time, map out the market, wait for your trade, your movement. It might not happen for 7-8 hours, might not happen for a week before that trade enters. And then once you get in that trade, that's one way. And the second way, you're okay. You have the ultimate, you're a super patient person. You're the person who can watch grass grow every day. Sit there, probably got the mentality of a fisherman just sitting out there waiting for a bite. You can be in trades for hours, days, weeks, maybe even months, and you have that patience to be okay with that. Then you're a trend trader. A swing trader. But the ultimate way to find out is to get into the markets, guys, and start practicing trading if you're not, and get better at understanding what fits your personality. So, guys, thank you so much for your time. Greatly appreciate everybody that hopped on. Yvonne, much love. Thank you so much for hopping on here. I appreciate you. So glad to see you back into the swing of things. And, guys, if you want to learn more about Forex trading, the platform that I utilize that may or may not be for you, shoot me a message and I'll get you some info on it. All right. With that being said, guys, thank you so much for your time. I will talk to you guys later. Have a great day.